Hello everyone, welcome to Lucid Mains. Today we are going to discuss about the recent Supreme Court verdict regarding the bursting of firecrackers. So before going into the details of the verdict, first go through the background of the verdict. Last year, Supreme Court had imposed a ban on firecrackers in NCR and this had a marked result. It led to an improvement in PM 2.5 level on Diwali from 427 in the previous year to 269 as per the air quality index. And several other measures were taken to mitigate the air pollution problem in Delhi, like the odd even rule and the ban on 2000cc plus diesel engines, etc. So before going further, let's see what air quality index is. Air quality index is a number used by government agencies to communicate to the public how polluted the air currently is or how polluted it is forecast to become. It takes into account a number of pollutants. Our topic doesn't deal with the air quality index, so we are not going into the details of that. So let's get back to the main topic which we are dealing. So let's go through the main points regarding the verdict. In the verdict, the Supreme Court has taken a balanced approach, thus it did not impose a blanket ban on firecrackers. In the verdict, the Supreme Court tries to balance the right of the petitioners under Article 21 and right of manufacturers and traders of firecrackers under Article 19(1)(g) of the Constitution. So, as we have talked about the articles, let's see what the articles have to say. Article 19(1)(g) of the Indian Constitution. As we all know, Articles 19, 21, 25, etc. are all part of the fundamental rights of the Indian Constitution. So, Article 19(1)(g) of the Indian Constitution grants us the right to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade or business. And Article 21 is the all-important right to life. Article 25 grants us the freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. So, the court tries to balance between Article 21 of the petitioners and the Article 91(g) of the right of manufacturers and traders. The Supreme Court order is actually based on an affidavit filed by the Environment Ministry. The major points of this in the Supreme Court verdict and the affidavit are as below. In the verdict, the Supreme Court has given precedence to Article 21 over Article 25 and Article 19. So, in the verdict, the Supreme Court has said that any religious practice or belief which is antagonistic or unhealthy to the human life will not be given protection under Article 25. So, it is a clear-cut guideline from the Supreme Court that whenever Article 21 is in question, then Article 25 is subject to Article 21. Then, the Petroleum and Explosives Safety Organization has been entrusted with the job of monitoring and certifying the firecrackers. Last year, the Supreme Court had banned certain chemicals from being used in firecrackers. So, it is the duty of Petroleum and Explosives Safety Organization to monitor and certify that the firecrackers being sold in India are devoid of those banned chemicals. The Supreme Court has categorically stated that only green crackers, that is crackers with reduced emission levels, will be allowed. This will lead to a cut by around 30 to 35% in particulate matter presence. Ladis or chain firecrackers, which are very noisy, are banned herewithon. Sale of firecrackers will happen only through licensed vendors. No online sale will be permitted. And those firecrackers which are within the noise pollution limits set in July 2005 verdict of the Supreme Court will be allowed henceon. In the July 2005 verdict, the Supreme Court had set a limit of 105 decibels on string of crackers and 125 decibels on single cracker. And in the recent verdict, the Supreme Court has imposed a time limit for bursting crackers. Now, as per the verdict, firecrackers are allowed from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Diwali, 11:55 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. on Christmas and New Year. So, we can see that the Supreme Court has put a time limit for bursting firecrackers. The court has entrusted the local administration to identify open places or open grounds to carry out bursting firecrackers during certain occasions like Dasara, Diwali, Independence Day, etc. This will reduce the emission levels compared to the emission levels when every household bursts firecrackers. This is in line with the July 4th pyrotechnics exhibition in USA and the New Year exhibitions in Sydney, etc. The court has advised to avoid the use of ash as desiccant or filler material in firecrackers. This will cut particulate matter by 15 to 20%. Barium salts, which poses health threats like respiratory and other health problems, are now banned from being used in crackers. We will just go through particular barium salt called barium nitrate. Barium nitrate is used to produce green light. In combination with other chemicals, it can produce more colors. A replacement for barium nitrate is yet to be explored. Now, as we have talked about the pollution problem of Delhi, let us go through the reasons for Delhi's air pollution. Vehicular pollution. 9% of pollution in Delhi is due to vehicular pollution, and the odd even rule which was implemented last year in Delhi by the Delhi government was aimed at combating this vehicular pollution. Another problem is road dust. 56% of PM10 and 38% of PM2.5 in Delhi's pollution is contributed by road dust. Then comes industries. 50% of the NOx pollution is contributed by industries. Then there is construction dust, then dust from desert. As we know, this year Delhi had seen a critical episode of dust storms, and these dust storms are originated from the Thar desert, which is close to Delhi. Then there is the problem of stubble burning in Punjab and Haryana. This is a very critical issue. A study done by Harvard University and NASA using the data from 2012 to 2016 has shown that stubble burning in Punjab and Haryana contributes to nearly 50% of the pollution in the NCR in October and November. Then there is firecrackers. This is a seasonal contributor to the Delhi's air pollution because firecrackers pose a threat mainly during Diwali and Christmas alone. Then there is the problem of Delhi's geographical location. Its closeness to Thar desert and the Ganga valley and the presence of pressure belts results in incoming of winds during the October-November season, and this causes dust and smoke from nearby area to come and settle in Delhi. Now we will go through some of the criticisms of the verdict. The main point of criticism of the verdict is on the fact that the verdict doesn't properly acknowledge the livelihood right of workers in firecracker industry. Then there is a question of religious freedom. Some argue that the verdict denies the people their freedom or right to celebrate their religious festival. Then there is a point of argument that there is no foolproof evidence to link firecrackers to environmental pollution and health hazards. On the other hand, environmental activists and health professionals criticize the verdict for permitting even the partial use of firecrackers. They are of the view that the health issue associated with air pollution in Delhi and in many other major cities of India is very critical, and in such a scenario, it was not at all advisable to allow even partial use of firecrackers. Now we will see some of the measures and the limitations of those measures which have been taken to mitigate the pollution problem. Last year we saw the odd even rule, which mandated that on certain days vehicles with odd numbers will be permitted on certain days and vehicles with even numbers will be permitted on certain days. But the problem with this move was, while vehicles accounted for around 9% of the city's pollution, just a tenth was due to four-wheelers, and the whole odd even rule was applicable only to four-wheelers. So the measure failed to tackle the problem efficiently. Then there is the problem of use of pet coke. Pet coke is actually a derivative of petroleum. It is a carbon-rich solid material which is obtained from oil refineries as leftover. It is a highly polluting carbon or petroleum derivative, and its use is yet to be banned despite demands from environmental activists and many experts. Then there is the problem of stubble burning. Yet till date there is no cheap alternative to stubble burning. Even though harvester machines were given to farmers, according to data from Down to Earth, though the harvester machines available in Punjab and Haryana can cater only a fifth of the total cropped area. So a majority of the land is yet to be served by harvester machines. Mechanized alternatives to stubble burning, in fact. So there is an absence of cheap alternative to stubble burning. Way ahead. More sustainable measures needs to be taken to tackle the problem of pollution in India. Making peripheral highways around the capital is one such measure. It will lower the movement of trucks in the city area and will reduce the pollution levels. Then we have to find out cheaper technologies to stubble burning. Otherwise, it will pose a serious threat to Delhi and other major cities of India. Reskilling programs could be formulated for those workers who are employed in firecrackers industries as part of Skill India program. This could cater to the livelihood right of the workers employed in firecrackers industry. More green patches need to be set up in our cities, especially in Delhi. This will mitigate the problem of dust storms in Delhi. Then, electrical light works or modern non-emitting pyrotechnics must be encouraged instead of the traditional firecrackers. This will reduce the emissions to a large extent. The government's scheme like FAME, faster adoption and manufacture of electrical vehicles, and the policy of having an all-electrical fleet by 2030 are steps in the right direction. FAME is a scheme of the Ministry of Heavy Industries and Public Enterprises. More prefabricated materials to be used in construction. This will bring down construction dust to a large extent. So, these are the major points regarding the recent Supreme Court verdict on firecrackers. I hope everyone was able to get a grasp of the issue. Thank you.